a lot now, and again, I don't know if this is your area of expertise, Daniel, but in terms of like the image rights, when you come to like trading cards, NFTs, things like that, like is that part of a if I'm signing for Manchester United, let's say, am I allowing them to basically plaster my face over the side of the stadium in programs? Like, how does that work? And then again, the trading, because a lot of my friends are into the trading cards and collectibles and stuff. So it's just fascinating to me how they would get the rights to the players, and do they pay
Yeah.
them so much to create so many cards and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I completely agree. You're going into very quite really interesting, complicated territory, but I'll try and break it down at least quickly. But there are lots of nuances on it. But you're exactly right. So if, for example, you're a Man City player, usually in the employment contract that the Man City player will enter into, or the image rights contract between the Man City players company, image rights company, and Man City,
Yeah.
there will be usually quite a lot of obligations and abilities and rights for Man City to be able to use the player's image, usually only in a club context. So that's usually in the tracksuit, wearing the kit, in a club element, not just without club in a personal capacity, and then not, for example, in an international capacity either. Yeah. So what would effectively happen in that instance is that Man City would have certain rights to be able to commercialize the player in a Man City context.
Yeah.
What can then happen is, trading card companies and NFT and digital companies may decide that they want to have agreements also with lots of other different stakeholders. So trading card company might go to FIFPro, for example, the world governing body, the union, to be able to get a collective license, to be able to license lots of different players in particular contexts across the globe. It might be that they go to particular agencies who have a lot of players and try and do a collective deal across those particular sets of players and then split the money. Yeah. It might be that they then go to national associations, and national associations will have those particular international rights to those players sometimes to be able to exploit. And sometimes they will go to leagues as well, and leagues will sometimes have those rights via the clubs and players' employment contract to be able to exploit those players' rights in a league and a club capacity. So if you can imagine, you have a setup where it could be a player deal, it could be a club deal, it could be a personal deal, personal player deal, it could be an international deal, or it could be a league deal. And in a lot of cases, it might be all of them, or some of them, or none of them.
Yeah, yeah.